Well, folks, it's rapidly approaching. I'm talking about the U.S.-Russia summit just a few days away. And before heading to the U.K., President Trump sort of previewed the upcoming meeting with President Vladimir Putin, saying that he's going to ask about the potential that Russia meddled in our election.
We will, of course, ask your favorite question about meddling. I will be asking that question again. But we'll also be talking about other things.
President Trump, as he said maybe he'll talk about a few other things because there are some important issues, right? We're talking about the annexation of Crimea in Ukraine, something that, by the way, he did condemn in a joint NATO statement. Here now to discuss, Lee Carter, GOP communications strategist, Vince Colonnese, the Daily Caller editorial director, and Jessie Jane Duff, retired gunnery sergeant. Vince, let me start with you. I loved that press conference this morning. It made me late for work, but I could not stop watching it. And, of course, the big hit, they kept hitting him over and over about Russia, Russia, Russia. And he finally said, I'm going to ask about the meddling, but there's nothing I'm going to do because Vladimir Putin's going to deny it. I mean, is that the approach he should take?
Look, I think the approach is that he should be what he has been over the last 24 hours, excuse me, which is tough on Russia. And it's kind of interesting. If you watch that press conference this morning and compare it to all of the coverage from yesterday, for the most part, the mainstream press had covered it in the completely opposite direction. The suggestion was that the president was being weak on Russia, that he was hurting our allies, and that was only helping Vladimir Putin's hand. But the truth was the entire NATO summit involved the president pressuring these countries to pony up more money to be a counterbalance to Russia, and specifically going after Germany for their energy dependency on Russia in order to try and see if, hey, maybe we can strengthen up there too. So this morning he says, yep, when I get to that Vladimir Putin meeting, I'm going to keep being tough on him, and I'm going to bring up all of these issues, including the ones that you'd like to hear me mention. And John Bolton signaled that that would happen a couple weeks ago.
I thought I saw John Bolton's mustache kind of move a little bit or wink. If a mustache can wink, it's a mustache wink. But there were some nonsensical questions like, by pressuring Germany to spend more, are you playing into Vladimir Putin's hand? I'm like, by spending more in defense? It was nonsense. But, Lee, I want to ask you, because I think part of the media's fixation with this, and we heard it over and over again today in the Peter Strzokka hearings, where Democrats are pulling things. I heard David Duke brought up. The Ace Ventura was brought up. Kangaroo Court was brought up. But also Russia interference in our election was brought up over and over again. Yeah. Is this still do the Democrats feel that this is still something they can win on in November? Absolutely. They still think it's something they can win on. And much like the Republicans went after Hillary Clinton's emails over and over and over again, the question is, whatever the question is, the answer is Russia. It is collusion. And that is what the Democrat strategy is right now. It's putting doubt into the people's minds. Now, if whatever happens with the president in this meeting, no matter what he does, the Democrats are going to go out and say it's clear that Vladimir Putin is in the pocket of Donald Trump. He's doing more to help him than anybody else, and they're friends, and he's alienating all of our allies, no matter what he does. So I think that is, is clearly their strategy. They want to put doubt into the voters' minds to say this man isn't necessarily what he says he's going to be. I don't think it's a smart strategy. I think the Democrats need to come out and stand for something. Right, need to get a message and say this is what we're all about. It didn't work. It didn't work in the reverse. I think they should take a lesson. Today I thought what was really interesting and didn't get any media coverage that I saw was a tweet by Heather Nauert. To me, it sent a clear message to Russia, a firm message, in fact. And I don't know, do we have the tweet? Let's put up the tweet for the audience there. Greece expelled 2 Russian officials and banned, I can't read it from here. I'm sorry. And barred entry of 2 others for attempting to interfere with Greece politics. We support Greece defending its sovereignty. This is the part. Hashtag Russia must end its destabilizing behavior. Jessie Jane, that's a nice shot across the bow on the eve of a meeting with the president.
Oh, rock on Heather Nauert. That was an awesome tweet, because what we also saw was a few months ago here in the United States, there were 60 Russian officials that were exiled out of our country over the poisoning that happened in the UK, and several of their consulates were closed. So let there be no doubt, President Trump is not canoodling with Putin. He is trying to ensure that he is going to make progress so that we no longer have a lot of these threats that are going on in Syria, Iran, and also looking at the situation in Crimea. He has to meet with this man face to face. He has to look him dead in the eye and let him know, look, I am running the show now. Right. This isn't the old administration.
Right. We're out of time, but a lot of people are frustrated that he keeps calling them a competitor although we're not at war with them right now. So or some people are saying adversary would be too tough a word, but we'll see. Hey guys, thank you all very much. We had some major breaking news out of Sun Valley, so we'll cut you short there. Folks, we'll be right back.